Welcome back to STL TV Live. The Travel Gals is a full-service travel agency located right here in St. Louis, Mo. And Trish Hinds, the owner, is here to join us. And one of my favorite subjects, Trish, is travel. So
yes.
I'm super excited that you're here today.
Thank you.
So the Travel Gals, so it's all women, I guess, travel agency.
We don't discriminate. If a man would like to come work for me, if they're comfortable being a travel gal, they're welcome to. But
Absolutely.
Yes.
So travel agents, you're almost a rare breed these days.
We are, but we are around, and we are still very relevant and very important in the planning process. And what a lot of people don't realize is that we don't charge fees, that we can book the same thing that you find online for the same cost, but you're taking advantage of our time and expertise to help you find that.
Yeah, and I think that's a really, really good point, because we can spend hours. As easy as the internet is, it takes a long time to plan travel arrangements, and to work with an agent, it's, you can just give them the assignment and they go off and do it, and it doesn't cost a penny. Exactly. I feel like I'm doing a commercial for you, but I personally love working with a travel agent because it does make it a lot easier.
Yes, and we strive to be in resort as much as we can and check out the places that our clients are going. So, for example, I'm taking a group of 8 of my agents down next weekend to tour about 15 to 20 hotels in Cancun and the Riviera Maya, so that we can be up to date and knowledgeable about the beach conditions, the room conditions, layout, all the important things that are important to our clients.
So when you go down to look at 15 or 20 resorts in a few days, you're taking lots of notes, I guess, because they probably start looking the same after a while.
Lots of notes, lots of pictures, and for me anyway, when I've been someplace, it's very mental, so I can remember a lot. They do tend to run together eventually, but that's why we do keep the photographs and the notes to remind us.
So you mentioned something important, that it doesn't cost the consumer anything to work with a travel agent. So you're paid by the airlines, hotels, is that right?
Correct. We're paid by the vendors. So Disney pays us, FunJet pays us, the cruise lines pay us to bring the clients to them. So.
And typically, are you finding that you can get better prices than I can doing my own research, or how does that work?
It's not always about the price being better. Sometimes there are better deals online, but it all just depends. Sometimes it's double connections to get there, or it's overnight connections. So you have to be really careful when you're online. So if you come to the agents, we're going to find the best deal to get you there the quickest way, the least expensive way, and put you at the nicest hotel in your budget.
Yeah, and you guys just double check all those details we overlook, like you leave on one day and arrive the next.
Yes, that's kind of important.
Right, exactly. All right, so so what are some other things that you do, and what are some of the challenges, I guess, of being a travel agent?
Well, we do groups. We love to do family reunions. Destination weddings are big for us. Our agency specializes in that. And for brides and grooms, that's really important, because the last thing you want to be worried about is what seat Aunt Tilly's in, and is she on the same flight as so-and-so. We take care of all those details and make sure that everybody shows up for your wedding and you have a beautiful day on the beach.
Right, and you mentioned family reunions. I can't even imagine how tricky that must be, dealing with so many different people.
Well, the trick with family reunions is everybody's coming from a different place, and so getting everybody to the same place on the same date at the same hotel, and making sure rooms are together and plans are made for, receptions and those types of things for the family. So we work on all those details. We work with businesses if they want to do incentive travel for their sales force to reward them for a great year. We love to do those types of trips where we send a group down to celebrate a great year of sales and get all those details and meetings arranged.
Yeah, you guys do. It sounds like you have a lot of details to attend to. How much advance notice should somebody give you when they want to plan a vacation?
Typically 6 months, 9 months, a year even. It really depends on the destination. For example, Alaska cruises are very popular, and those tend to book up a year in advance. So if you're looking to go to Alaska next year, now is the time that you should be talking to a travel agent.
Okay.
So it just kind of depends on the destination.
Yeah, so I know I've worked on some kind of short-term arrangements for my travel, but looking ahead, which is hard to do for some people, but planning for next summer right now is a good idea.
Yeah, travel is really popular right now. It's very in demand, very hot again. Yeah. So we're finding things are booking up much further in advance than they used to. Used to, somebody could call me and go somewhere in a month and get a really good last minute deal. But right now, those are getting harder and harder to find because flights are booking up farther in advance. So.
Exactly. So what is it like working with brides and grooms? Now, be honest.
Well, we're the fun part of the planning stage, I think, but sometimes we're also the part that gets left to the last. So sometimes they're a little panicked,
Right.
but we always like to brag that we're the groom's best friend because, you know, typically the honeymoon is supposed to be the groom's job. It's not always the case, but when it is traditional, the groom contacts, you know, we like to say we're the groom's best friend because we make him look good. We can take care of all the details and he can say, hey, look at this wonderful honeymoon I booked for
Right.
you.
So guys, listen up. All right, we're going to come back in just a few minutes and we're going to talk about some of the great travel destinations right now out of St. Louis. So stay with us to hear more adventures from Trish and the Travel Gals in just a few minutes. Stay with us.